Hello, everyone. Good morning. I'm Manish Paul from Grace International. Thank you for joining us today. The rain has finally stopped pouring down, and it couldn't have been a better day to start the third day of our Grace International Education Fair, Virtual Fair 2020. Today, we'll be gathering information on about ECA and the programs they are delivering in partnership with other universities. ECA is a leading education group from Australia that has a presence in 7 regions, including Australia, Brazil, China, Europe, India, and Nepal. ECA partners with quality education providers like BU, that's Victoria University, and Swinburne University, and offers selected programs from these universities. Today we are joined by Mr. Saurabh Shrestha, the in-country manager Nepal for ECA. Good morning, Saurabhji. Welcome to the session.
Good morning, Manishi. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Just to be here. I would like to request all the participants with queries to type in their queries in the chat box. We are also going live on Facebook, so you can type in your queries over there as well, and we can address to them later on towards the end of the session. Saurabhji, the stage is yours. Thank you.
Sure. So would you like me to go through a presentation, or do we have a conversation or something like that?
That will be fine. Yeah, presentation is fine. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So namaste, everybody. Glad to see a lot of you present today to know about ECA. I'm just going to make this quick because just presentations are going to be boring. So I'll quickly take you through, and if you have any questions, you can, as Manishi mentioned, please feel free to type in or just interrupt me in between and ask me questions. Okay, so I'm just going to share a screen and I'll take it on from there. Here we go. Okay. So Manishi has given the very much required introduction in the best possible way. Thank you, Manishi. So we know what ECA is all about. It's actually a group and a group of institutions. As of today, we are 14 institutions strong, and by the end of 2020, we plan to be 16 institutions strong. The 16th one is probably going to be a new venture in a new destination country, which is going to be the United Kingdom. So our institution in the UK is in the pipeline, and we'll be sharing the good news very soon. Okay, so Education Centre of Australia is based in definitely Australia in 3 cities: Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane. Okay, and we have an office we have a campus in affiliation with Victoria University and Ganpat University in India, in Ahmedabad. So as of now, that's what we are. So this is actually in a nutshell our institutions and who we are. Like I told you, there are 14 institutions, and currently in Nepal, we have 6 institutions that have their presence, heavy presence, I would say. Okay, our institutions that have the presence in Nepal have been loved by our students and our partners, agency partners. So which one of them are the 6 that are present in Nepal? So if you can see the 4 tabs, ECA Higher Education, ECA English and Vocational, ECA Professional, and ECA Online. Those are the 4 tabs where we have distributed our education institutions. So among the higher education, we have all of them present in Nepal, which is APIC, that's the Asia Pacific International College, a very loved institution and known for its quality education and affordable tuition fee structure. Haley is the Higher Education Leadership Institution. Now, this is one of our new acquisitions. During the lockdown, we also launched it. We are working on a different kind of different kind of courses in this institution, such as right now we have the Master of E-Learning, which is very, very important in today's world, where you can see all your schools and your colleges trying to go online and deliver online classes. So Master of E-Learning is exactly that. It's just not what I'm doing right now, being present on Zoom and sharing a slide, but it's more than that. It's developing technology for education, e-learning, how to adapt to that technology, developing the entire syllabus, the scholarships, the course modules, the teaching methodologies, the control over the participants and everything. Okay, so but that does not mean it is a course only for teachers. It also can be for a lot of other streams, which I'll come to it during the slide that we have. Victoria University Sydney is considered to be one of the most affordable university delivery in Australia. So it's again very much loved by our Nepali students, and so as the students of other countries of the world. Then next we have a campus in Ahmedabad, like I told you. It's Victoria University Melbourne, in partnership with Ganpat University, Gujarat. And then we have a very, very, top-notch university, Swinburne University of Technology, a Melbourne-based university that we actually run the Sydney campus. This is the courses here are mostly concentrated towards the future prospects and the employability of students in Western Sydney, which is developing as a smart city. So we'll come to that as well. In the next tab, we have ELSIS, the English Language School in Sydney. Okay, this is our first institution. This is how ECA started. And then we have ECA College, which is a vocational or a technical institution where you can do your vocational, diplomas or graduate diplomas. So yeah, for now in Nepal, these are the institutions present. But at the last tab, ECA Online, it's open globally, because it's online delivery. The last institution that you see on the bottom right hand side is called, there's a logo that's like IT and dot. Okay, that's a company called IT Masters. So this was our second acquisition during our lockdown. So IT Masters is basically a company that runs online courses for Charles Sturt University. Charles Sturt University is, again, a very well-known university. Okay, so IT Masters is the company that has been outsourced the responsibility of running all its online courses, especially the master's degrees. Now, IT Masters was an independent separate company, and recently ECA, the Education Centre of Australia, acquired this company. So today, Education Centre of Australia runs online courses of Charles Sturt University. Okay, that's how you can take it. So I have slides for almost all the institutions except IT Masters. Now, this is not something that is very famous in Nepal because it's a totally online delivery. But what I can tell you right now is if you are students who are trying to get a master's degree later on from Australia or from anywhere in the world, what you can do at the moment is you can take advantage of the free units that IT Masters has for you. Let's say you, for example, you're going for Masters of Business Administration. Please go into itmasters.edu.au and look into the free courses. Okay. In the free courses, you will find units that are relevant or that are a part of your MBA. If you do those units, okay, if you do those units and pass those units free of cost, there are multiple benefits. Okay, one of the biggest benefit is when you are trying to do your master's, you will get 100% credit of that unit that you've done on IT Masters. Okay, so this leads to the second benefit is definitely when you get the credit for a unit, your costs of tuition goes down. Okay, and thirdly, you will learn something new when you are in your lockdown period. Okay, so itmasters.edu.au. Please check it out. I'll probably also leave it in the chat box if required or in a later stage. So those are the institutions. Now moving ahead, yeah, we all know that, I'm sorry, we all know is it's not the right word to use. we have been through one of the toughest times of the century, where the coronavirus hit us a few months back. Now, during this, everybody had issues. Globally, everybody went through trouble. Okay, it was a problematic time. It was a tough time. But ECA actually had $5 million set aside as student relief fund for students who are studying in various institutions of ECA. So this means that students at ECA didn't have as much as a bad time uh, during the pandemic, because of the student relief fund, which was actually separated for them for various various reasons, like for their accommodation, for their fooding, for their for their transition into online studies, okay, which included probably gadgets and even like internet dongles to other things that they required. Okay, everything came through this $5 million COVID-19 student relief fund of ECA. So our students passed this time pretty easily. Australia is now kind of okay, though there are a few hotspots like Victoria and certain parts of New South Wales as well. But otherwise, I mean, our students didn't have a tough time. Okay, so and a part of this student relief fund, the reason why I need to explain this slide to you, is a part of this relief fund is also gone towards scholarships for future students. So if you are a future student, okay, you will be receiving scholarships through this fund throughout our institutions and the courses available. Yeah, this is the division. I will come to it once we have. Now, like I told you, ELSIS, the English Language School in Sydney, was the first venture of ECA. I'll just admit, okay. So it was the first venture of ECA, and it provides English language courses. Okay, now English language courses, why are they important? They are important to a lot of people from a lot of countries where English isn't practiced much. And then in order to get their higher education in English, they need to go through certain courses, and those courses are the ones that this school provides. The other thing is, for countries like us, where English is pretty much used in our education system, but however, we do not meet the level of English that is required for us to join university. So this institute also provides that bridging course, okay? It's called the EAP. Now, EAP is always, most of the times, during normal times, it's for people who have not been able to meet the English criteria. It means your IELTS, PT, or TOEFL, when you give your exams and you do not get the required bands. Now, what we have done during this pandemic is we have actually put this course out free of cost for anybody and everybody who wishes to go for it. Okay, if you're looking at joining any one of the ECA institutions, you'll be eligible to join this free course. Okay, that is 100% fees off. Okay, so normally this course would cost around $380 a week. So people who get less in their IELTS, okay, if they don't want to redo their IELTS here in Nepal, they have to go to Australia and do this course. Okay, this course can be of 6 weeks, 12 weeks, okay, 18 weeks, depending upon your proficiency. But and it will cost accordingly. So around $380 a week would be around probably around $5,000 something, okay, for if you're looking into a 12-week course. So that is absolutely waived off. So if you think you have got less in your IELTS, or if you haven't done your IELTS, but if you think you might just not get it, or if you just want to improve your skills, English skills for academics, academic English skills, or you would also like to experience the Australian classroom environment, the ambience, okay, you can join this course because it will definitely be helpful. Now, what I feel, and my friends at Grace would agree to that, is when a student, when a young, young person from Nepal moves to Australia, okay, the first semester is definitely a tough one, because that first semester is the acclimatizing period. Okay, you'll have to acclimatize to the ways the entire thing is set up there, like from your accommodation, your jobs, your traveling, your way of learning, to a lot of things, to understanding the accent, to you can just, it's just a new world out there. Okay, so if you take this EAP, one acclimatizing factor is going to be checked off your list. Okay, so when you go to Australia, you already know how my classes are run, how is the accent of our Australian lecturers, and probably Indian Australian or Japanese Australian, or those kind of lecturers. And you know how you're going to submit your assignments, you know how you're going to avoid plagiarisms, you know how you're going to cite, how you're going to do referencing. So you know all that. So your first semester, you can worry about your accommodation, you're finding a part-time job, learning how to travel, but not trying to understand how the education is done, because you've already learned it back home, okay, in this 100% free EAP course. So this is this is actually my fault. I haven't updated the slide, but the next intake is not 22nd June. That's the last one. The next intake is 3rd of August. So if you are interested, please feel free to contact anybody at Grace, and they will probably, put you through for this EAP course. Okay.
So sorry to interrupt. Is this course
Yes.
available online?
Yes, it is delivered online. Okay. And this is not a workshop, or it's not a nothing, it's not like what I'm doing. This is real classes. So a student who is trying to do this, okay, even though it's 100% off, it's real classes. You'll have to do 4 hours a day, okay, 5 days a week. There's going to be a break in between, but this is the real stuff. Okay, so at the end, you will also be graded. You will also be provided with your gradings. Okay, so let's say if there is a requirement of 6.5, not less than 6, for somebody to get into a master's, okay, 6.5, not less than 6 in any bands, but let's say one band you end up with 5.5, okay, whenever you do your IELTS. Now, if you have got an A in this EAP, you can actually package it and be eligible to enter university directly. Okay, so this is also a benefit that you will get. Okay.
Are the students able to register by themselves, or they need to come through?
No, they need to come through Grace.
Okay.
They need to come through Grace, and they need to have at least a conditional offer from any one of our institutions. Okay, VU, SUT, APIC, or anywhere. So they need to have a conditional offer. After that, they can enroll in for the EAP, LCC EAP. All right. So Manishi, should I move on? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So this is for Grace. They know their portal. Now, higher education leadership institution, like I was telling you, this is a totally innovative, institution with innovative course right now, and would be courses in the future. Now, like I told you, we have the graduate diploma of e-learning and the master of e-learning. So a lot of you will be going directly for master of e-learning. If there is any requirements that probably, there is a shortcoming in, you can go through the graduate diploma. But what is e-learning? Now, e-learning is, like I mentioned in the beginning of this presentation, is actually about taking learning online, or digital learning. Okay, now we all are acquainted with this. Right now, probably the schools are closed because of some of the demands, but sometime back we've seen our young people at our home, our young brothers and sisters, nephew, nieces, sons, daughters, doing online classes and everything like that. Okay, some of the schools have amazing IT infrastructure, okay, with some apps and everything. Most of them are using regular Zoom and Microsoft Teams. Now, is that what e-learning is? Is it that? The answer is no. Okay, the e-learning is an entire new infrastructure on the web. okay, or online. So it is about creating classrooms, you know, creating your modules, your everything. So the entire school, you are moving an entire school to the digital platform. You're not just connecting to the internet and, you know, sharing a presentation like I'm doing right now. This is very outdated. Okay, we don't even know where the data is going, because we've heard a lot of things about, you know, Zoom and things like that. But anyways, so e-learning is about, you know, learning the technology, learning the structure of the course, learning you know, the teaching methodologies, the delivery, the control of the, you know, classrooms and everything like that. So it's a lot, you know, defining scholarships and, you know, everything. So by saying that, I do not mean that Master of E-Learning is only for students who are in the education industry. Okay, it could be for anybody. It could be for people in the training, you know, industry. Okay, there are a lot of training companies now. Tomorrow, this is how they're going to expand. Today, if you see, if you go to YouTube, you will see hundreds of fitness experts on YouTube. Okay, now about 6 months back, they were in some gym of some corner of the world. Okay, now they have progressed onto, you know, I mean, YouTube, because one, of course, the gyms are closed. The second is now they understand they need to reach a wider audience. Okay, and they have their audiences all over the world, and everybody has their audiences or their you know, their customer base, you know, I mean, global customer base. So everybody is moving online. So this is about that. Okay, this is not just for teachers. It could be for anybody who is moving on to the digital platform. It could be for IT graduates, okay, who want to understand how to develop systems for e-learning. It could be for an HR manager, okay, who's working for a global company and, you know, needs to do orientations every month, needs to do you know, trainings every time. So it could be for all, you know, it's for a lot of people. So anybody who is interested, okay, can actually join this course from any background, whether it be Masters of Computer, Bachelors of Computer Science, or, you know, or a Bachelor's of Finance. I mean, anybody. All right. If you're thinking of doing something online, okay, delivering online, this is the course for you. So now these are the actually the units that you will be studying. This course is actually available onshore and offshore. Onshore meaning if you want to go to Australia and study, you can do that. If you want to stay back here and do it, even that is available. Now, if you are doing it from here, the 11 units are going to be all online. If you are going to Australia, 7 units are going to be face-to-face in a classroom setting. 4 units are going to be still online, because this is e-learning. So you need to understand and you know, learn how you are going to do things online. So this is what it is. It's an amazing course. We did not develop it during the lockdown. Okay, this was something that we had planned a year back, and we've been working on, because we always knew, you know, e-learning is going to be the future. So we just launched it. We just finished everything during the lockdown. We launched it. So this is what it is. Yeah, so learning outcomes, as I told you, okay, you would, it's for people from all over, I mean, from all spectrum of life. It's just not for teachers. All right, so if you are looking for something that's going to change, like if you're thinking of, you know, doing something new, this could be for you. Admission criteria are as normal as any other master's degree, okay, with ECA, where we will need a 2.5 GPA and a 6.5, not less than 6 in IELTS. The other GTE conditions, I mean, Grace institution is more aware than any one of us. So again, apologies here again. Okay, the next intake is in October, not July was the last intake, and the location of this campus is Melbourne, one of the finest cities to live in. Okay, and what's the fee structure like? The fee structure is amazing. Okay, the entire course comes to you for $36,000 for 2 years, entire course. There are university master's degrees that cost around a lot, even for a year. Okay. Now, because this is our launching period, we come down to $27,000 for your entire course. All right. So that's mega, mega, mega bonanza. So $27,000 for 2 years. Manishi at Grace would agree this is nothing, right, for a master's degree. Yeah. All right. So that's Haley. If anybody's got any questions, you can type or ask, or we can come back at the end as well. Not a problem.
So that's the only one course offered at Haley at the moment?
Yes, at the moment, yes. Okay, so to the most loved institution at ECA, Victoria University. Okay, why is it most loved? Is reasons 1 and 2 can actually vary according to people. Okay, but for me, I would say it in my serially. Okay, the way I think it's very amazing. The reason why is because Victoria University, my number 1 point is it's a very innovative university. In Australia right now, Victoria University is the only university that actually teaches in a block model. Okay, what's a block model? Now, that's amazing. The block model is called the new way to do uni. Okay, it's the new way to study in a university. Now, the block model means that if you have a 3 years bachelor degree that is divided into 2 semesters per year. Every semester has 4 units, okay? 4 units, Unit A, Unit B, Unit C, Unit D, let's say, for example, okay? If you are going for a bachelor's of IT, let's say you have web designing, programming, network and security, or let's say, and let's say one more, cybersecurity, whatever, okay? Now, in a normal university, you will have these 4 units running simultaneously, okay? At the end of the semester, you will give exams for those 4 units, okay? And probably you'll move on to the second semester, whether you pass or not. If you're not, you'll just do a back paper or something like that. Now, at Victoria University, what happens is you've got 4 units in a semester, okay? Now, you will study 1 unit at a time, okay? So 4 units, 4-month semester, okay? 1 unit per month. Now, 1 unit per month is a very advantageous situation for a student because you will get to focus on one thing and one only. If you have assignments, you will have one assignment, okay? You will be assessed through your class presentations and your attendance, your assignments, your projects done during the classes, okay, during that 1 month. At the end of the month, you do not give any exams, okay, but you pass or fail that unit according to your classroom activities. So the block model teaches you 1 unit at a time and it does not have any exams, okay? You are assessed in your classroom every time you go. And you will be attending your classroom 3 times a week, okay? And you will be doing those classes, continuously. Like if you go in today, you'll be doing 3 hours of classes at a stretch, all right? It's not like you have like 45 minutes in the morning and 2 hours you hang out in the canteen and then come back and, it's not like that. So 3 hours at a stretch. If you're an IT student, you'll do 4 hours at a stretch, okay? So in a week, if you are a business student, you will study for 9 hours. If you are an IT student, you will study for 12 hours, okay? And that's enough. That's enough, okay? Now, that also means that apart from these hours in these 3 days, you are absolutely free to go and discover life, whatever you have to do, okay? Your social life, your work, your travel, your research, your assignments, everything. So this is the new way of doing uni. So students are very, very happy. We've been testing this since 2018, okay? And 2020, we launched it and our students have done amazingly. We've had a tough time. We launched it in February, okay? And we were kind of shaky because, okay, so how is this new thing going to work? How is this new thing going to work? And in March, the corona hit us. Okay, now we had to do one more thing. We had to take this new system online. Okay, we are even more scared. Now what's going to happen? What's going to happen? It's a new thing and we can't even deliver face to face. We have to take it online. What's going to happen? You know what happened? Okay, what happened was 93% pass rate. That's what happened. Okay, earlier in our bachelor's, we had 86% pass rate. All right, it went even better. So online, a new system, and that too delivered online, broke all records, and students did very, very well. 40% of our students were in the higher distinction. So this was amazing. Okay, and we are very confident now, and we're going to do even better in the coming days. So why would you go to Victoria University? Because that's the new way of doing uni. Okay, that's in a block system, and you have ample time to study and focus on one subject, and you have ample time for your, you know, life as a whole. Okay, so at VU, we have in Sydney, we have right now mainly business and IT courses. So we have a higher ed diploma. Higher ed diploma is a different kind of diploma, okay, from the technical diplomas, the vocational diplomas. Higher ed diplomas, you actually get 100% credit for all the courses, okay. Vocational diploma, it depends upon, you know, the RPL. So you can actually go directly for an undergraduate level of study, or I mean your bachelor's, or you can go through a higher ed diploma. Either way, you will finish your course in 3 years. Okay. Now, the reason why you would go for a higher diploma are many reasons. One could be you don't meet the entry criteria for direct bachelor's. Two could be, even if you meet the entry criteria, you need to you know, work on some skills that is required. Okay, probably your writing skills, or probably, you know, you just don't want to go into a big classroom all of a sudden. You want to, you know, acclimatize very well with going through a small classroom and going into the second year of bachelor's. So, and third thing is, it's always affordable to go through a diploma. Okay, so you can do 1 year of diploma and 2 years of bachelor's, or you can do directly 3 years of bachelor's. It's the same thing. Master's, again, okay, we do not have any pathway to that. It's a direct master's entry. So in Sydney, we have the Diploma of Business Enterprise, Diploma of IT. For bachelor's, we have business with accounting majors, then information system management, and we have the Bachelor of IT. Master's, we have, again, it's applied IT, it's general IT. Okay, then we have the Master of Business with accounting majors, and we have an amazing course that's called the Master of Business Enterprise Resource Planning System. I would not like to, you know, take a lot of time of everybody present here by explaining the enterprise resource planning system, but this is an amazing course, and it is going to be very much in demand. So if anybody's interested, you can, you know, just put in a text or something, and I can explain that. Otherwise, you know, if you don't have interest in that, I don't think it's worth taking the time. So the fees that you see, pre-scholarship fee, okay, 4 units, that's per semester, was already the lowest in all, you know, in university standards. All right. Now, adding to that, there are 20% to 25% scholarships for the entire 2020. Whether you are applying in, we have a new intake in September that's not mentioned here, but whether you are applying in September or November, okay, 2020, or even February 2021, you will be eligible for the scholarships, and it will bring the prices even down, the tuition fee even down. So this tuition fees would be fixed for your entire duration of the course. Okay, so 3 years bachelor's, or 2 years master's, everything like that. So we are very affordable here as well, and like I told you, it's a very innovative way of studying. So once again, we at ECA are very proud of, again, delivering quality education at very affordable, you know, tuition fees. So this is Victoria University, ladies and gentlemen. If you have any questions, please ask. Yes.
Actually, I do not have any query in the chat box, but I'd just like to ask your views on a couple of things
Yes.
before we move on to different slide. In your view, why do you think the students perform very well in the block model after it went online? Is it
Um,
because they didn't have to travel, or is it something else?
well, actually, I think it's nothing to do with online or face-to-face, but the block model itself is, so easy on the students, okay? Because the focus
One
is
at a
not
time. Yeah.
the focus is not diverted. Like if you
Mm,
talk about like let's say a school, a typical school in Nepal, from morning to, let's say, I don't know, 5 hours or 4 hours, something like that, they would do 5 subjects.
yeah.
Okay, so they study something in the morning. In the second period, they divert the focus into something else. But in the block model, for a month, you are just focusing on just one thing. And if
One
you are
thing, right?
focusing just on one thing, you become very good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's a very simple tweak, but I don't know why other universities didn't think about it, and Victoria University thought about it. Okay, but it's a simple tweak, and it did very well. So even when students are online, okay, the most challenging part in this system is students do not get to bunk. Okay, attendance
Yeah.
is
If
very,
they
very
don't,
important.
they'll miss.
Yeah, they'll miss it.
Important. Yeah.
Yeah, if they miss something, they'll have to wait for a year, for one
Mm-hmm.
year, for that same thing to be repeated. Okay, so students should not miss it. I mean, there's no way. I mean, we're giving
They'll
everything.
miss
We're
it and
making
then pass. There's no way they can do that.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're making it so easy for you, like block model, one thing at a time, and 3 times a week, and no exams. Classroom assessments and all these things. And if you don't even attend, then there's nothing we can do. So, but luckily, our students, I mean, they find it very, very simple, like 3 days a week, I mean, 3 hours, not a big deal. So everybody attends, okay? And when it's online, actually, I think even people who were sick and, could not travel, even they could attend. It was even easier for them. So that's how I think it's gone. But I think about the block model, even if we had the face-to-face, if we had a normal situation, I'm sure the improvement would be the same, because it is very, very convenient.
So for the 7% students that do not pass, they'll have to wait
Yeah.
for another year to get into the same class again.
Yes. Yes.
Can they still continue with other subjects in the meantime?
Yes, they can. Yes, they can.
Okay. Okay,
They
that's
can.
very good.
Yeah.
I do also have one other question regarding the higher ed diploma. You said the students are able to get 100% credit for the subjects that they study in higher ed diploma. Is it only with ECA partners or anywhere else in Australia as well? Any other university as well?
Now RPL assessment, like Manishi, okay, you have an onshore, you have many onshore offices and things like that. Okay, so it actually depends upon the RPL assessment of the recognition of prior learning of various universities.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, normally this is actually accepted, okay, because these are the same. What you study in 1 year of diploma is exactly the same as what you would study in the first year of bachelor's.
Bachelor's, yeah.
Okay, so everybody is supposed to give 100% credit for this. Okay, so ECA institutions definitely do. Everybody else also should do. Okay, if they don't do, I think they have some, some issues or some reservations. But normally, in a normal condition, you're supposed to get 100%, credit for that.
So have you found the block model to be implemented anywhere else in Australia or any other country?
No, not in Australia. There are a few institutions in Canada and in the US. Okay, but in Australia, we're the only one.
Okay, I think we can move on to the next slide now. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so all of you looking forward to joining the task force in Western Australia, Western Sydney. Okay, this is an institution for you. Swinburne University of Technology, ranked on the top 10 in engineering globally. Okay, it is not in Western Sydney or some suburb, but globally it's ranked in the top 10 for engineering. So engineering could be anything from IT to mechanical to everything. So currently, what we have in Swinburne University, Sydney, is we have 3 courses. Just 3 courses. The reason why is because we feel that students from these courses, these 3 courses, okay, are going to be job ready by the time they graduate in Western Sydney itself, because the place parameter is actually rapidly developing and trying towards a smart city. So IT graduates and engineers who also have construction management skills are going to be the most in demand, at least for the next 10 years. All right. So we have courses accordingly. We have Master of Construction and Infrastructure Management. This actually is a course for all engineers except IT engineers, because it's not just about construction, it's also about infrastructure management. So whether you are a mechanical engineering, or you are a mechanical engineer, or you are into robotics, or you are into what do you call that, environmental engineering, or that's an amazing course that was there, but I forgot the exact term. Okay, but waste management or whatever. Okay, so it's open for everybody. All right, now, but you will have to convince the Nepalese government to provide you with an NOC, because right now the students who are going through it, who actually went in January, are from civil, mechanical, structural, and architectural backgrounds, but we are open to all fields of engineering except IT. All right, the second two courses, now we have a Master of Information Technology and we have the Master of Information Technology Professional Computing. What's the difference? Like I told you, a smart city would need a lot of IT personals, okay? So we actually want to provide opportunity to, of course, IT graduates and also non-IT graduates. So the first one, Master of IT, is open for people, graduates from all sectors. Okay, if you have a graduation, if you have your bachelor's degree in probably fine arts, and you want to do IT now because you see there is a scope in IT, everything is IT enabled, IT touches everything. So you think you want to change your career, you're welcome. Okay, but you'll have to convince the government for the NOC again. All right. So right now, people we're going for these courses from Nepal are people with science background, okay, physics, and with a maths in the subject, okay, people with business and with business maths, okay, there are a few of them. So right now we've been going, okay, but I'm sure the government of Nepal would also understand that, you know, even if people haven't studied IT in the bachelor's, they can still study in the master's if they are provided extra units. So it's a 16-unit course, okay, where the first 4 units are going to be all about equipping you with the basics. So you can actually do it. But yes, the NOC. Okay, so if you are thinking of changing your career into IT, Master of Information Technology. If you have an IT background and you would like to continue in the field of cybersecurity, okay, with Victoria University, we had a general IT, applied IT masters. Now here we have a specialization in cybersecurity. Now, if you're interested, if you have a background in IT and you are interested in cybersecurity, you can join the Master of Information Technology Professional Computing, okay, which is a 12-unit course because the first 4 units is waived off for you because of you already done it in your bachelor's. So these are the 3 courses available right now. We'll be adding more courses in the future. Now, why should you join that? Is because, yeah, this university is strategically a Melbourne university set up in Sydney because it knows it can produce the manpower that is required, you know, for the smart city in Western Sydney. So your employment could be pretty much settled when probably you are graduating from here. Okay, the next thing is we are celebrating our founders anniversary. Okay, George Swinburne. So we have the George Swinburne STEM scholarship at the moment. Swinburne is a pretty pretty upscale university where the costs are pretty high. But right now we have 30% scholarships on all our science, technology, engineering, and mathematics courses, the STEM scholarship. So it's called the George Swinburne STEM scholarship, which is available across all of these 3 because all these 3 are STEM courses. So 30% scholarship, you would be studying at very, very affordable tuition fees. That's there on the right hand side in red. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it with this thing coming, but this is what it is. All right. Okay. I think that's the max I can go. All right. So construction and infrastructure management, it's around 37,000 something, 37,400 per year. But now it comes to you around 26,000 something, okay, per year. Same with the Master of Information Technology, okay, and the Master of Information Technology Professional Computing. The prices come down pretty. It is, if you meet the entry criteria, you'll be eligible for the STEM scholarship. So just entry criteria is 2.5 in your bachelor's degree, okay, with no backlogs more than 12, including your absenteeism, withdrawals, everything. So maximum 12, you should be, you should have finished your bachelor's in 4 years, okay, not more than that. And if you get a 6.5, not less than 6 in IELTS or equivalent scores in PTE or TOEFL. So that's your entry criteria. There's one more entry criteria that we have in Swinburne, which sometimes sounds funny, but okay, you should not be a married applicant. Okay, you should be a single applicant because I don't know. All right, so those are the entry criteria. If you meet them, you will get 30% George Swinburne STEM scholarship for your entire course. So that's Swinburne for you. Do we have any questions at Swinburne?
I do not have any queries at the moment.
Okay, great. Okay, so let's move on to ECA's private
Actually, I just got one query for.
Yes.
It says, is there any eligibility criteria for the scholarship, or is it for all?
Yeah, it's for everybody who meets entry criteria. Those 5 criteria that I gave you.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I think you have the answer, Mr. Soros Casey. So we can move on to EPIC now.
Okay. So APIC, Asia Pacific International College, it's a private provider. It was always owned by ECA. It's ECA's own venture, and this institution is actually pretty famous in for students from the subcontinent. Okay, and that's why this institution, it is very, very difficult to get seats. So the seats fill up like probably 6 to 9 months earlier than the intake date. That shows that how much in demand it is. So the reason why I'm putting it up on the slide right now is because we've seen so much demand, okay, that we've actually got ourselves 500 extra seats. Okay, so we've got 500 extra seats. We've got the even more capacity now. So that's why I'm pitching this to you today. So Asia Pacific International College, we have 2 campuses, one in Sydney, one in Melbourne. And this is also, again, another institution that is more focused towards IT and business, because definitely we are, for us, set up in the 2 big cities of Australia, where IT business has more scope than anything else. At APIC, we have the bachelor's and the master's degree. All right, and we also have a diploma. The same, it's again another higher ed diplomas. So it's both for information system and for business. Okay, we don't have an IT course here, but we have business or information system. Both of them, and again, both diploma and bachelor's would come to you at $6,000 per semester. What did we do here is from the student support fund, okay, the semester fees were, or trimester fees you call it, but it's 2 trimesters a year, so similar to semester. What did we do here is we went back in our pricing. We don't call it a scholarship. Okay, the trimester fee was 7,500. Okay, but we brought it down to 6,000. Now this is our 2018 prices, 2018 fees. So we're not telling we're giving you 1,500 scholarship. Okay, we just took it back to 2018 prices. So $6,000 a semester. Again, it's another affordable institution. Okay, so if you'd like to get into a small classroom size with more focused learning, and also a good quality education at affordable prices, you would probably have APIC as, you know, one of your favorites. You can add them up. So diploma bachelor's, yes, very much in demand. But what's on demand at APIC is the project management, the Masters of Business and Project Management. Now, why is this in demand? Is one, is project management is the thing of the present and of course the future as well. Okay, project management is required in each and every organization today. All right, every project, everything that needs to be done costs money in an organization. When it costs money, people have to be very careful about spending that money. Okay, whether it be human resource or it would be you know, a software, or it could be anything. So project management is set up so that everything that is done, that can be done in the best possible way. All right, now gone are the days when, you know, CEOs could just be in some kind of a mood and then invest $1 million. Okay, you've heard about you know, people who set up companies like Steve Jobs getting fired from Apple. So that's how it is. Okay, so every decision has to be perfect, right? So now after the Corona pandemic, when the world is run out of money, this thing becomes even more important. Okay, today they say, I think around, they need 6 or 7 people to make one decision. Okay, so that's a decision making thing that's the World Economic Forum at doing. Okay, so it's not about one CEO just signing a paper and saying, okay, this is the deal. Okay, on an average in globally, okay, I'm not talking about small, medium, small scale businesses, but I'm talking about global companies. It takes around, you know, on an average, it takes around 6 people to make one decision of expenditure. So learn the skills of how you manage each and every project, whether you're an engineer, whether you are a business graduate, whether you are, you know, an event manager, or you are anything. Learn the skills of project management. So if you want to do that, you can join APIC, because APIC is, again, one of the quality providers of this course at one of the most affordable costs in Australia. So Master of Project Management, Business and Project Management is $33,627 for the entire entire 2 years. Okay, a lot of times people kind of ask me twice, is it for 1 year or 2 years? Okay, I'm like 2 years, and then they're like, really? Yes. So there's always that, you know, 2-time confirmation. So yes, it is. For 2 years, it's 33,627. Okay, the division is just below. Okay, your first trimester, the study load is a little less, so we can't charge you more. So it is 6,672 for the first semester, and then it is 8,985 for the remaining 3 semesters. It's as easy as that. Okay, but please remember to book your seats in advance, because even though we have added 500 seats, it's for the entire diploma, bachelor's and master's, and it could get filled fast. So if you are interested, okay, please do it. If you are actually trying to live abroad somewhere, let's say for Canada, okay, a lot of these Canadian migration organizations in Canada would tell you it's better you do a project management course before you come to Canada. Okay, it's that important. So yeah, you can enter from any field, so please feel free. Okay, so that was APIC. If you have any questions, I can answer them, or I can come back to it at the end as well if you need time.
I'll just quickly ask you, those 500 seats that you just stated that you have added, is it, have you specifically assigned number of seats to diploma, bachelor's and masters, or is it on a first come, first served basis?
It's actually, yeah, a first come, first served basis. But what we have assigned that to is we have assigned it to offshore. So it is, those 500 seats are for offshore. Now, yeah, I mean, I would hope Nepal takes away all the 500 seats, but others also can take it. Yes. All right.
All right.
So ECA College. Now, ECA College is, again, the ECA group's own initiative. The reason why we did that is because we would want to set this up as a pathway provider. Okay, so it's a vocational institution, but what we can do here is, if you are planning to do a master's of project management, but you have some issues, okay, like let's say not the required academics, or probably not the required English language skills, or probably, you know, the university that you went to does not rank so well on the world university ratings or whatever. Okay, so what you can do here is you can do a year at ECA college, a graduate diploma of management or the graduate diploma of engineering. Okay, and you can move on to the second year of masters of business and project management. Okay, so if you cannot enter directly into APIC for masters of business and project management, you can go through the ECA college graduate diploma courses, 1 year here and into the second year of project management. Either way, it's like the higher ed diploma, you can finish it in 2 years, okay, whether you go for direct masters or whether you go through this. So there's a small, yeah, this is the study pathway. So for the first year, you will do a graduate diploma of management learning. And in the second year, you enter into Master of Business Project Management at APIC College. Okay, so you have both ways open for you. Now, the Master, yes, the Master of Business, the Graduate Diploma of Business is again another affordable course. It's $16,000 a year. Okay, right now there is a promotional campaign going on, which gives you $4,000 in scholarship. So it comes down to $12,000 a year, $6,000 a semester. Okay, or $3,000 per term. There are 2 terms in a semester. And then we have the Graduate Diploma of Engineering, made for the same reason of as to work as pathways for people from engineering background in project management, because project management is pretty important in the engineering thing. So it's $20,000 per year. There is a $2,000 promotional scholarship, okay, and available up to 31st of December if you apply. So it comes down to $18,000 a year, which means $9,000 a semester and $4,000 a term. All right, so it's pretty simple, and you will be studying, you know, units that is related to your thing. So yes, these are all the part of the student relief fund that we've introduced as ECA, the $5 million student relief fund. It's for current and future students. So please feel free to take advantage of this. And also please feel free to take advantage of the free EAP that we have for you. Okay, when you're home, when you're locked down, when things outside not very safe, okay, stay home, do something constructive. You can put this in your SOP. Okay, you can put this in your statement of purpose while you're applying for a visa later on, probably in August, September, December, January, February, you know, 2021. You can put it in your SOP, which will actually give you an edge over everybody who's going to write, I could not apply earlier because there was coronavirus. Everybody's going to write that. What you are going to write additional is, there was a coronavirus, but during that time, I have completed this, okay? And now I have more sense. I understand more better how education is delivered in Australia. So I'm pretty much ready to go ahead and do well in Australia. So that's why I'm a very, very genuine student, and that's what they're looking for. So yeah, why ECA for students? One of the things during that pandemic is our students, what they loved. $5 million, well, it's all money here, there, nobody, you know, thing. But what they loved was our staff, okay, our staff put up food corners in our campuses. So all staff would bring whatever food they could bring, and they would leave it in that food corner, and students could come and pick up anything that they wanted. Okay, so they wouldn't go hungry during these times. Okay, So, I mean, we are a home away from home. That's why ECA and its institutions have been very much loved by students. Okay, we have amazing support, student support department. What I not forgot, but not the right time to mention, but now is the right time, is in 2019, we placed 1900 plus students for internships. Okay, and for 80% of those students, these internships are going to be their jobs of the future, their career. Okay, that's they're going to stick to. All right, other 20% might find something else, but for 80% of them, this is what it's going to be, and we help them do that. And because we believe in employability, that's why our courses are very selected and very employment focused. Okay, so I mean, we could have everything that's there is in the world, but we are looking for courses that will get you employed in Sydney, Melbourne, or Brisbane. Okay, these major cities. So that's why we have this, and we will guide you through. Okay, so our student support department is very, very supportive. There are a lot of people that you can talk to. A lot of students go to various institutions in Australia, and for some reason or the other, after a semester or two, okay, a lot of them come to our institutions. So, and our students do not leave our institution because, I don't know, I think they just love it. So we call it the retention rate. Our retention rate is very, very high. Also, students do a lot of transfer from other universities to us. So, but that's a hassle. So if you don't want to go into that hassle, I mean, go directly into our institutions. Okay. So I'm done, I think. That's the last slide. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, I'm ready to answer.
There was a lot of information to be delivered today, and thank you, Saurabh, for talking to us for 1 hour plus non-stop.
Yes.
You need a glass of water or two, I think.
Yeah, I just felt my throat.
I just want to add to what you said earlier. Before that, I'd say the highlight of today would be the block model at VU, the free EAP classes, also the 30% scholarship at Swinburne, which is, I think, one of the biggest in the industry at the moment. I'd like to let all the participants know that ECA has courses of its own and also acts as an intermediary between big education providers like VU and Swinburne, and offers those courses to students as well. By choosing ECA, what benefit you'll enjoy is that you'll have an additional pair of eyes looking after application, a very efficient company looking after application, hence a smoother processing and quick processing times as well. So if you'd like to apply to any of the education providers that we talked about today, please feel free to contact Grace International through our website, or you could find our contact number over there as well, and our email address as well. I'd like Saurabh to add some last few words to motivate students to choose ECA. After that, I think we can end the session.
Okay. So yeah, well, I mean, just join us if you think we are the right fit for you. But other than that, I mean, I would like to tell you, like, we've just been through a tough time, but then tough times don't last long. Tough people do. And I guess all of you are very, very tough. So it's time to now get up again and plan for our future. So take the right and constructive steps, and move ahead. If you think ECA is a good fit for you, we are always there for you. I am based in Nepal, and I'm very, very close to Grace. So if you would like me to, meet you in person and talk to you about, just let the team at Grace and Manishji know about it, and we can fix a time and I can come and meet you, and, I can give you all the information that you require or solve your queries. Okay. So thank you once again to Team Grace and everybody who's attended this. Pleasure, lovely being here, and wish everybody the best. Stay safe. Thank you.
Well, since the lockdown has ended now, I think we'll be allowed to open our offices very soon as well, and we hope to see you in our office very soon, Saurabh.
Yes, I will.
Thank you for the time. It was a pleasure having you. You have a good day ahead.
Same here. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye, everybody. Namaste.